Hello and welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Head, and tonight we're going to play some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. This is our homebrew setting, Under the Dome. And these wonderful characters are in a city called Balaria. They've been investigating some happenstance with some thieves guild that are dealing in illicit substances, and after they successfully located where this guild was, the archmage of the city that they've been working with, Riven Soltor, wound up putting a strike team in to basically wipe out anyone that was left within the Thieves Guild. Uh, but as our adventurers rested the last session, they all seemed to be whisked away, whether in person or only in their dreams, as they went through a bizarre landscape of memory and mirrors, and having to make a sacrifice at the very end, be it physical, be it memory, be it something mechanical. But they had to give something up to get out. And as we awake, Smoke Bend was never quiet, but this morning it screams. The streets that once pulsed with forges and laughter are now slick with color, veins of living fungus running through the cracks of metal roads, glowing faintly like veins beneath translucent skin. The heat that used to rise from the factories is replaced by a damp, heavy breath the district itself seems to exhale. The air tastes sweet, like spoiled honey laced with ash. It sticks to the tongue, fills the lungs, hums behind the eyes, every breath a whisper that isn't quite yours. From the alleys, the addicts emerged. Gleam smoke still curls from their mouths, but now it glows, threads of violet mist writhing between their teeth like tongues. Their eyes are glassy, reflecting not firelight but movement, things crawling just beneath their skin. These symbiotes, remnants of the Blossom's secret experiments, have found new hosts. Fungal filaments bloom through pores and mouths, binding flesh to stone, man to machine. One worker collapses, his arms fusing to the pipe he was trying to climb. Another laughs, her voice turning into a chorus of whispers that echo through the iron corridors. The sound unbearable, wet, chittering, the hiss of boiling spores, the low thrum of something alive inside the metal. Windows sweat, steam vents exhale pinkish vapor. A child's toy rolls through the gutter, trailing a line of tiny glowing spores that sprout into flowers before burning away. Above the lattice hums, the dome reacting, perhaps even feeding on the chaos below. The smell of burnt ozone mixes with the musk of rot and perfume, until no one can tell the difference between beauty and decay. And through it all, the voices spread, soft, gentle, and wrong. My children don't suffer. My children don't suffer. Now, Smoke Bend is no longer a district. It's a living guarding, a pulsing hive of addicts and symbiotes woven together, half city, half organism, beautiful, terrifying, and utterly alive. Valeria watches, and somewhere in the tunnels below, something unseen begins to sing back. So this is what you see and hear as you come to after your what seemingly feels like a very real dream.
So this is the district we're in right now?
Yes,
Okay.
you guys are in the Rusted Chalice, which is where you've been doing quite a lot of your downtime.
And people are being turned into symbiotes and stuff?
It seems you guys had learned that the drugs that they were creating were being laced with tiny symbiotes taken from the plasmoids, the ooze people, um, and therefore all of the drugs that were being sold were laced with these things that have apparently been growing within, and they've now been activated.
Does it seem like the percentage is on par with those who would have been users of substance, or does it seem greater or lesser?
Slightly greater. I mean, this is a a poor district, so the rate of users would be slightly higher than normal here versus in a better neighborhood, but it's certainly higher, as if there's something else that has been done uh, to kind of escalate.
I look over stuff, grind, if you will. The dankety dank. I looked at him and say, Buzz, you think there might be a particular distributor pushing harder than normal? We should take.
I mean, usually in that line of work, you really don't have to push very hard. The clientele comes to you. Anything else is propaganda.
Look over to Kane. What's your take on this?
I mean, I'm not too familiar with these types of people that partake in these types of activities, perchance.
No, but this is just wild headcanon, but you look like someone that may want to partake. Maybe politely dangle you out for some bait, see what comes over to you.
I can't say I have ever partaked in any of this.
No offense, but you look like a junkie.
I would put Buzz out there, but and I knock on his chassis. Ding, ding, ding.
So, other than the people looking weird, are they acting? How are they acting?
So give me a perception or investigation check. Try to see if you can kind of see through the madness of all of this.
All right, I guess I will use investigation. I'm slightly better at that. How do you like a 19?
19 is way more than I needed. So for one, there is still regular people. It's not like everyone that is a part of this, but there are the normals, the ones that are not infected, seem to be like trying to bar their doors, trying to like flee the district, do whatever they can to get away from all of this. Those that are not being fused to walls, to ladders, to machines, seem to be, with that 19, operating via like hive mind mentality. They're all working towards a specific purpose.
And the ones that are being fused to objects, like, is there any distinguishing characteristics amongst them that set them apart from the others that are being altered and changed? The hive mind?
So I would say with that 19, it's hard to distinguish any defining factors, considering the vast breadth of races, as well as some possible body modifications. Your best guess would probably be the physicality of it, the size of the creatures that are moving and working together are larger, more physically capable.
So when you say they're like merging with like objects and stuff, like, are they like stuck to the walls, or?
Yes, it is as if their flesh is fusing with whatever the stone, the metal, as if somehow the creature that is essentially born within them is transmuting their own flesh and this wall to kind of like spread them out thinner and essentially lay claim to the territory.
Huh. Curious. I pick up a chair or a stool, whatever's nearby, I go
Okay.
to one of the ones that are kind of like being stuck to something. I
Okay.
press it to them and see what happens.
You're gonna go out into the streets and experiment with this, yes?
Yes.
All right. So how forcibly are you trying to like, you just gonna put it up against them, or are you gonna like actually push it into their flesh?
I'll apply a little bit of pressure, but like I'm not trying to hurt them or anything. I just want to see if their body reacts. For science.
So there is a turn of the head, or what's left of it, depending upon who you go to, but almost like you'd see in the Venom movies, where like the flesh kind of moves, from the symbiote, like a part of the flesh kind of reaches out, grabbing onto the the wood of this stool, and kind of aids you in the process of pulling it towards them. And now this chair is kind of sort of starting to grow out of their body.
Fascinating. What are the mugs made of inside?
Ceramic.
I run inside and grab a ceramic mug.
Okay.
And if there's any glasses around, I'll grab that too. I will continue my experiment.
All right. Spot here.
If possible, seeing that
Yes.
Buzz did this one thingy,
Sure.
and I know he didn't do it forcefully,
Right.
but if it would help the situation in any way, I would like to assist him using persuasion to kind of like convince people to be like, hey, can you hold this for us, please? Or hey, oh, I'm sorry, my guy here's moving. Can you, or something along those lines, to get him to hold these objects, so it's not just like too out of the ordinary looking.
I mean, everything right now is out of the ordinary look. Like,
Fair enough.
they're you aren't getting from those that are fusing to walls. You aren't getting any kind of resistance. You aren't getting any vocal responses. It's as if whatever is controlling them is trying to turn them into something. So when you try to get them to like attach to the ceramic and the glass, you wind up seeing that same situation, and it shifts that mug and that glass like up against the wall, like to kind of spread out even further. And if you continue to watch, it like climbs up the glass, and within a matter of minutes, the glass is now hidden underneath this mound of flesh.
Fascinating.
I
Hannibal,
literally-
make sure you don't touch them, and as you reach for them, only use your left hand.
I'm like,
But so since both of you went out there to experiment with this, I need both of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I would love to do that.
I have a -1 to it.
Awesome.
Oh, okay, that's not terrible. Altogether, that's going to be an 18 with
Also,
my -1.
also have an 18.
Okay.
You guys are fine. You can see that through what's going on, that there is some mist that is coming off of some of those that were clearly breathing in gleam smoke. But you're seeing these faint spores kind of coming off the ones that are like fusing themselves into walls. And as you kind of breathe in some of these things, your eyes start to go a little bit buggy. You cough and sputter it out, and you're fine.
All right. Well, I'll make it a point not to breathe since I don't breathe.
Plus, I think it's safe to say that it's. I hope your experiments are concluded.
Oh, there is so much more we need to learn.
Yes, but I don't know now at the time. Especially in this particular phenomenon.
While they're jumping around, Doris turns to Jelena and just grabs her forearm. Have you seen anything like this? Any sort of disease?
No, but I'm wondering if they're flammable. Are there any metal structures in the wall? Like, do we see any metal?
There's absolutely, like most of the buildings in this particular area are a combination of, wood, metal, and stone. It's all
Excellent. I would like to use a spell called Heat Metal.
okay. So you grab a spot, and all of a sudden you begin to, within moments, the metal heats up, and one of these symbiote creatures that is fusing to the wall begins to roil and bubble. The creature tries to pull like part of itself away, but you can still see this skin and pseudo skin kind of bubbling, and as it's trying to rip itself away from the wall and move, before it can fully detach from the metal, you watch as you essentially murder this woman.
Oh, well, that's not what I expected, but yes, they are flammable.
Well,
Oh, goodness.
Oh, we really should wait before we begin human trials. I mean, of that nature.
I mean, the metal heated up. I know that for certain. From what I observed.
Can any
You have cleansed one person from a building, and clearly that symbiote and that woman are no more.
Ted, you called these spores. Are they like plant related?
It does appear that there is like a fungal infestation that is a part of this.
Okay. Is there anyone within 30 feet of me?
I mean, if you step outside, absolutely.
I'm stepping outside as little as possible with my mask over my mouth again.
Okay.
And I want to try to just get within 30 feet of someone who looks like they're infected by spores. And I want to try to use my inherent racial connection with plant life to connect with these plants and cause the process to reverse. As I use Druidcraft.
Okay. All right. So first things first. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Lord. I'm theoretically good at these. That was not good. But you know what? I'm interested to see what happens.
What do you got?
I have a 7.
You have a 7.
Mm-hmm.
So the racial power that you have of connecting to plant life, is it literally just speak with plants?
No, it's Druidcraft.
Okay. So I think Druidcraft is more like I can create kind of tiny things and encourage plants to grow. I don't think there's anything that says like, all right, I can wilt plants. But for this scene, and because I've already had you make the saving throw, you failed. I'm gonna allow this to kind of connect and go through. No harm is going to come from it. But as you kind of tap into the plant like aspect, the fact that it's a fungus, which is kind of like more dead plant matter, it doesn't work exactly the way you had thought it was going to. And you hear a multitude of voices that, you have a hard time picking up on it because it assaults your mental senses. But the only thing you take away from it is the phrase "stronger together" before you're blasted out of it, and you're reeling, like you stumble back into the tavern to just kind of collect your senses for a second.
Okay.
I kind of like grab Dolores, like as she's stumbling back in, and I'm like, "Were you trying to commune with that fungus?"
I just wanted to help them. They say they're stronger together. That's all I got out of it.
I I have the ability to speak with foliage. And things that are recently deceased. Preferably within 10 days of being dead. And they must have a jaw. But I had the ability to speak with certain things. Animals, no. I don't talk to animals. I think that's weird.
Hey, do you have the ability to
That's
create
weird.
create air? Can you create wind?
Sure he can. He just has to fart to do so.
Well, I don't think I'll have the desire. What about you, Julina?
But if you wish, I can help you communicate with it. Be a mouthpiece for you. If you wish this.
Truthfully, I am not the most charismatic of our group. I am not convincing, nor am I particularly likable, and I can't say that I dislike that aspect of myself. But I am not very good at interacting with others.
Oh, I could tell you what. I'll say what you want to say, but I'll put a nice touch to it.
Or perhaps maybe Rill would be better for this. And I will see if Rill's in the immediate vicinity, I'll beckon them. If he's not, then I will actually go try to find him.
No, he'll wander over. He's always around watching what's going on. You know, just kind of like leaned up against a post like a shady fella.
Okay. Rill, they say they're stronger together. Whatever's in there, whatever's doing this. And I can't get it to stop. But Hannibal says that he can maybe be a mouthpiece.
So we're probably dealing with a hive mind situation. We're probably dealing with a situation where these people have been drawn into a collective whole. It sort of begs the question whether it would be ethical to remove them now.
So,
well, one is no longer amongst them. If that's what they are.
Speaking of which,
We could inquire with that as well.
There
Is
is
that-
not a question about whether or not that was ethical.
Oh no, sorry, of course not. Of course not. I'm saying, you know.
Not
I'm
the
sorry, what
rogue
were you
being a
saying,
priest.
was the hive affected by the one being killed? Or hurt?
That's what I was trying to get at, yes.
I suppose you could ask.
When you know, from observation, it does not appear that there was any aggressive or defensive actions taken as the one symbiote was you know, boiled off of the metal.
What about do the object stickers, do they seem to be in a hive mind with these other ones? I'll actually cast Detect Thoughts. And
does
go
that
for Surface Thoughts.
So are you gonna do it to the one that you were you know, sticking things to?
Yeah. That sounds like a good place to start.
So there is not a lot of thought. Every so often, you know, you get the sense of like, I need to breathe, and then expand.
Okay, so
And
then
it's almost like it's reminding itself that it still is alive and has to function with breath.
So next, I will move my focus to one of the ones that is not fusing to things.
Okay.
And what are those surface thoughts like?
So these ones are mobile, and they seem to be like looking for something or someone, and like a predator, like the concept of like stalk, hunt. So they're you know, seem to be in connection with each other. You know, do you see it? Do you smell it? Can you find it?
And so, would I say that the thought patterns of these creatures seem very different?
Between the two, yes.
So, like maybe the other ones are not part of the hive.
Um, Give me an insight check.
That's a 5.
It's a 5. You based off of a 5, yeah, they're not connected. They're not the same.
I don't. Whatever's happening, these are two. The effects are completely different. This group over here, they just want to throw into stuff. This group over here, they're hunting.
Competing hives? Question mark.
So when I listen to the non-stuck the thing guys, right? Do I hear like the multitude of voices like that are speaking as one?
Absolutely. No check necessary because of your unique position. You absolutely sense that this is a combination of, one or more symbiotes and, mortal beings, living beings that are working in tandem, and the, different types of symbiotes, could be different as well.
And the stick the stuff guys, did that seem like a single voice or one thought?
It's hard to tell. With your insight check of 5, you really don't have any further deductions that were able to gather out of that.
I have a mechanical question, and this mechanical
Absolutely.
question might be something along the lines of, "Hey, we won't know until you do it," type thing. And I don't completely accept that. But the spell Speak with Plants, also besides being able to jazz it up with the foliage, it also allows me to turn what may be difficult terrain into normal terrain, and vice versa for enemies. Do I have an inkling if upon casting this we can get from point A to point B without too much issues? Like maybe I can stop them from off.
Ted to Carlos, that would be the standard use of that spell.
Okay.
What Hannibal knows is that is how it should work. Whether that's the way it's going to fly once you cast it, you'll have to say.
This question is coming from Hannibal directly, so that's what he's thinking what may happen.
Correct.
And I will even relay to my team, not knowing I might throw us into ass backwards into treachery. Hey, this spell, besides being able to communicate, we may be able to allow a little bit of safe passage in between spots. Mind you, it only lasts for 10 minutes, so we need to haul it if we were to do this. So, if we have questions, you gotta talk and run at the same time. Just pointing out, and I just let people come to the conclusion as they see fit.
Well, there's still the other problem of the spores.
Can't do anything about the wind, buddy. Wrap up tightly. Best I got.
I mean, I'm not that worried about it. I don't have to breathe. But
grab a tablecloth, start makeshifting some headwear then.
So what are you specifically looking to do? You trying to like navigate and get your way out? Are you looking to navigate and learn more information about what's going on here?
Well, before I started willy-nilly using a 3rd level spell slot, because those things are hard to come by once in a while, right?
You can do at least one every day. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. So what happens is I'm just letting people know it's an option. Like, one, to talk to them and a little bit of safe passage. That is what the spell can do. But I also cannot protect against whatever spores may be already in the air. You gotta do something about that ourselves.
Ted, can I ask a question? Just to get a clear
You absolutely
image. To get a clear image
Absolutely.
of what's going on.
Yep.
Is it that these spores are spreading from a source and they're going to continue to fill the city? Or is it a very contained incident that we're facing right now?
It does appear that some of the spores, the majority of the spores are coming off of those that were using the drugs.
Okay.
And it appears that like some of them are more on the outskirts, and it does appear that this is a growing infestation. As it's looking for more people to infect and more buildings to infect.
Okay. So this seems a lot bigger than the rest of us. So I am going to pull out that sending stone that we have to Riven Soltor. And while all the experimentation and everything is going on, I will pull Kane to the side if he's willing. Whoever is like kind of not doing anything, so we can all be on the same page as much as possible, and fill him in. And sort of after recounting everything, I don't know what's happening. This is your city. What do you want us to do?
So you give him the short version. So some kind of fungal infection is coming from the bloom, from the gilded blossoms lair. He comes back. Contain it if you can. If not, we'll burn the quarter.
These are your people. You are responsible for them. People depend on you. Livelihoods, stories, individuals depend on people like you and your wizard council to have an answer. What is your answer? And if you say burn it again, so help me, I'll bring the fire-happy priest to your door.
Hey. Hey. I get it. I understand why you're this angry about this. But what we're talking about right now is quarantine. It isn't callous. It sounds callous. I know it sounds callous. But if this spreads past this point, it will be more than just these lives. And we have to look that in the eye.
Doris, give me an insight check.
Sure thing.
And the laughter that I did, beyond laughing at your words, was in fact his reply.
Okay.
Oh, snappers.
He laughed at your anger and laughed at your, I'm going to bring the fire priest.
So she was totally serious when she said that. Like, as a player, I think it's funny, but she was serious. I got a 17.
No, she should be serious.
Plus 3, so dirty 20.
All right. So, number one, it's a veiled threat. Mm-hmm. The lot of you together, he does not in any way, shape, or form bring any challenge to who he is. He is one of the 5 ruling archmages in this city. He doesn't even have to bring his power. He could bring others in to wipe you out without a problem. The second matter is, as Rill kind of pointed out, this is a crappy end of the city. This is where the poor, the downtrodden are, and the least useful to the city. If it spreads beyond this point and starts affecting, where greater lives live, then to him that's more of a problem. So to get it contained makes a lot of sense, even if it is cruel and heartless.
Okay.
If no one's gonna stop me,
even if you don't agree with it, you understand the logic behind his callousness.
Right. No, I do.
Assuming no one stops me, I'm gonna beckon for the stone.
And Doris will probably just, at this point, she collapses to her knees. The stone falls out of her hand, rolls probably to your feet. And she just keeps muttering to herself, "This is how the nobility always does. This is how they always do."
So Tor, Raven, come on, man. You don't want it to be like that. Like, look. Yes. The easy answer is always the hardest one. And while I'm not saying it's not the smart one, picture this, baby, alright? You
are delaying things. You are on the scene.
Yeah.
Either deal with it, or I will deal with it my way.
I was just trying to spin this for you, man. And with your resources, if you're fine throwing away your resources, that is what it is, right?
Hey, Ted, whether,
Yes.
in there discussing and we're running tests or whatever, I want to use detect thoughts to now pry deeper into one of the ones that I perceive as being the hive mind ones. I want to try and find out what they're hunting for.
All right. That is going to be a dirty 20 on the saving throw.
That beats the 15 needed.
All right. So when they pass the save, that shuts down, and you don't get deeper, or you do get the deeper, but now they know, and it ends the spell. I always forget the particulars on this one.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now. If its seed spell ends, either way, the target knows that you're probing into its mind, and unless you shift your attention to another creature's thoughts, the creature can use its action on its turn to make an intelligence check contested by your intelligence check to succeed. If it succeeds, the spell ends. So I guess that's when they know either way. But because they passed the saving throw, yeah, it basically ends the spell.
All right, so I'll give you some agency here. The the one that you decided to focus on, one of these hunters. What does he look like?
Oh, okay. Oh man. Unfortunately, I think I'm like sifting through the crowd, going from the thoughtless ones to the ones that are fusing to things. When my eyes come to rest upon a fleshed, warped figure that has one enormous arm.
So Vester?
Yeah, Vester. And I think the shock of it, not only do they know, but I'm like, that's my guy. We were gonna get high and drunk together.
Oh no.
So he turns, and a aspect of the conversations run through your mind about what this guy wanted to do, and you watch as his skin kind of ripples in acknowledgement of I don't know how close do you have to be to for the spell to work?
30 feet.
30 feet. All right, so you got within 30 feet of this guy to look at him, and you watch as all of a sudden down his arm you watch these bony protrusions just kind of burst out of his body. Whatever symbiote is inside must have sensed the connection, this conversation that he had with you and your companions in the rusted chalice just yesterday, and this thing it latched onto that and latched onto a sense of who this character was and or is, you're not sure, and fulfilled the desire. But as he turns, the eyes kind of look shocked for a moment that you would have so engrossed yourself in what he was doing. And there's a nod to the two others that are by his side, and they continue in the other direction as he begins literally stalking in your direction.
What does his demeanor seem like?
Aggressive, not like he's not snarling, he's not, pounding the pavement or, the fist, but he is definitely looking at you like prey.
Yeah.
He's not charging, but he is moving with intent. As you think I can hear, I'm just running around the corner to grab my drink.
Okay.
Oh boy. So, as I get left on red from Rivensoul Tour at this rate.
Yeah. So I guess, you know what? I feel like these folks have all been kind of consumed by the symbiotes. Like the people who they were before, I don't believe are there anymore. So I guess the first thing I want to do is cast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action.
Okay.
On him.
Looks like Jelena had the right idea all along.
Well,
Yeah.
I will give you a chance to see if you want to roll insight, see what you can ascertain.
Okay. I'm not really great at that anyway, so. Oh, that's a 19.
Oh, wow.
So, if the sense of self was truly gone, the concept of the bony protrusions wouldn't be necessary. So there must be a sense of who this person is somewhere within. But
All right, well, Buzz accepts all of that, but he still doesn't think like the same person is there in there anymore.
sure. Jezi,
So-
you wanted to say something, do something?
Yeah. Okay. So I've kind of been waiting. So noticing that Dolores is just beside herself, I go to her and I say, I'll try one thing, and we'll see if we can save people. But if it doesn't work, I'm going to ask that everyone get behind me, not in front. And I need to be very clear about this. Not in front. Does who else is around?
I'm stepping behind. And but
So
I
I think-
also Oh, go ahead.
Our druggie is the only one out, right?
Yeah, I'm like
Oh, I mean,
right
that's-
outside the door.
Okay.
There's a variety of people fused to buildings. Down the street there are several different infected, if you want to call it that are like moving around and kind of looking through windows and knocking on doors, clearly intent on something.
Okay, so what I want to do first is whatever the closest one is in the building, I'd like to do a medicine check to see if we can save them.
Sure, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Okay. I do have disadvantage, but I'm going to use my inspiration. Does that count my negate the double roll?
Well, you just have a -1, not disadvantage.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
that gives
we're
me
using the new exhaustion rules.
Okay. I thought it was okay. So that gives me a 23 with a -1.
So, yes, it is complex, it's complicated, but you feel confident, especially with that roll, that you could extract the person from the building. They're still there. It looks as if whatever fungal symbiote that is a part of this thing is kind of stretching the barrier between the two and trying to fuse everything together to encourage another type of thing to grow.
So how would I separate the two?
So you would have to, be making sure that you are cutting the symbiote between the two, and you'd have to be keeping the body docile enough and the symbiote docile enough for this process. Like I said, it's complex, but doable.
Okay. So I'll relay the information. All right. So we have two choices. We take our time, and how many people estimated that we see are becoming fungi?
There's at least 24 of them.
Okay. So we have 24-ish that we could potentially maybe save. It's tricky. We got to do a lot of cutting, make sure things are done well. Or
what about the new ones coming?
That's also the problem, is the spores. Or we torch them all. Those are the two options.
I believe you need to make the right choice. And sorry, go ahead.
If we stop new ones from being made, we might have time to save the ones that are.
Well, obviously, let's try.
Do we treat the symptom or the cause?
We mitigate for the damage first. We prioritize ruthlessly. We save who we can, and then we end the problem.
That's what my vote is.
Agreed.
But not to say fire is not a good solution. Torch who you need to in front of us.
Rail, can you cut these things away like she just did?
I'll do my best.
All right, then. Do you trust me?
So,
I don't know if you know about the Drow language and our word for trust, but we'll go with yes.
I actually think I speak Undercommon. No, I have Common Sign Language is what I picked.
I rolled a 19 in medicine. Am I able to help cut away?
absolutely. You guys working together on one, or are you each going in the direction of, separates to slowly extract someone?
I think we should work together, because if we work together, then we will be more steady. We will make fewer mistakes. We can methodically just go with the worst of them first, people who can be saved over people who can't, and get as many of them out as we can that way.
With my spell, I can make them not move. Remember, I can control these beings. At least I think I can.
I mean, yeah.
To the best of my ability.
We are essentially doing complicated, extract you from the car surgery. So if you can keep them still, that would be for the better.
But I need to stress, this is extremely limited use of my ability, and I only have 10 minutes per use.
Okay.
I'll give you one free use. Other than that, I'm prioritizing my survival and our survival.
That's reasonable.
All right.
We'll let you know if we need you.
Okay, within radius of myself, I'll stand in an area where I'm not being ganked by whatever spores that are in the area, right? And cast Speak with Plants within a 30-foot radius of myself. I will immobilize, or at least make the attempt to immobilize.
You cast your spell. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a contested check. You're gonna roll your spellcasting modifier, and I'm gonna roll mine.
Okay. So it's just straight charisma roll. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that was not good. Even so, I'm gonna use that inspiration. I feel like this is worth it.
All right.
That was significantly better. With my -1, a 22.
A 22. So you definitely feel resistance to your spell, as if something is pushing through what should just obviously work. But your magic kind of batters through whatever this resistance is, and the spell functions as intended.
Okay, so with whatever. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is this: neatly line up the fun guys in a way to be triaged within this 10-minute window, and the ones that are not being triaged by our fine compatriots, I'm gonna start asking them questions about things. Hey, where's this happening at? Where's the main source of this hive mind nonsense?
Well, none of these victims are talking.
I'm talking to the fun guy specifically.
You're gonna cast Speak with Plants as well?
Speak with plants is the spell I cast.
Speak with Plants doesn't give you the ability to control them.
Yeah. Well, it says specifically, so besides the whole question part, I could turn difficult terrain caused by plant growth, such as thickage, undergrowth, into ordinary terrain that lasts for the duration of the spell, or I could turn ordinary terrain where plants are present into difficult terrain that will last for the duration.
I thought you were casting something else that was like control plants or something.
No. So this is the control plant spell, but what it doesn't do is uproot them specifically, but they don't have roots to be uprooted.
So I think the sentence you need is when you imbue plants immobile 30-foot emanation with a limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple commands.
Okay. All right.
Also, if it is considered a plant creature, he can just communicate it with it as if a shared language.
Yeah, and like
so, the similar to when Buzz kind of reached out to it, its only concept is to keep the biological component of this thing alive. Like, it's reminding itself to breathe, and its focus is on expansion. So like, it's stretching, it's literally tapping into the biology of the person to kind of fuel the symbiote's ability to stretch and fuse.
What as the triaging is happening, people are lined up at the door. I'm just politely asking the ones that are not being triaged, where are your lungs? Where do you need to breathe? How do you survive?
It doesn't seem at the moment to be able to comprehend the words.
I take a dangerous risk. This isn't concentration, so I won't break it.
Okay.
But what I do is this. That rag, that tablecloth that I said I tore up earlier as a mask or some sort, wrap it tightly around whatever's left of my, because remember, half my body's actually blown off, but like, that I might use for lungs or breathing or whatever. And hell, I even take my thing and I'm like, I'm walking out. And I'm expecting something to not blow something, because I'm kind of mentally thinking, do not blow on me.
All right, so we've kept Dave and Vester kind of locked in stasis for a moment. So we're gonna jump back to him. So what does Buzz do as your interesting drinking buddy starts stalking at you?
I guess first thing is, does he get caught in the Speak with Plants?
Are you within 30 feet of Hannibal?
Oh, I don't know, because I was already outside and then he came out. So
if Hannibal is like right at the doorway to the Rusted Chalice, this is further down the street. So I would say probably not.
Okay, that's fine.
That's crazy, dog.
So, knowing that my friend Lester is clearly dead now and is gone and has been replaced by this pod person creature thing.
Well, your insight check is you think that he's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
If you want to kill him, go ahead.
But Buzz is actually thinks he's been consumed. Like, yes, he's in there, but it's not him anymore. is Buzz's takeaway. He's a warforged. He doesn't really. He's a construct. He doesn't really know humans that well anyway. So I'm gonna pull out a vial of alchemist flask and cast catapult.
Okay.
Um.
That's an attack roll, right? Or is it a saving throw?
Oh no, it is a saving throw. He gets a dex save.
That's a 15.
14 was the save, and I will use my reaction to redirect that attack at one of the other ones.
Okay.
So it's just the same thing, saving throw.
Oh, that's right, yeah. That's going to be an 11.
Oh, so that's gonna. Nope, I'm not casting cure wounds. So that's gonna smack into them for 17 points of damage.
Is that fire?
No, that's bludgeoning. For the fire, I think he's got to make another. Well, you can rule it however you want, but so essentially, when you use Alchemist Fire now, you can replace one of your attacks with it, and it's a saving throw. Would be Dexterity, so 10. Would be
he fails it.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a 13. So on the start of that one's next turn, he would take a point of fire damage. And
well,
in addition to what
the spell, you launch it at Vester, who nimbly steps aside, and it travels the extra distance, ricocheting off of the spongy ground before it lands on this orcish descendant, and it basically just plummets right through the guy's chest. The body slumps to the ground. The glass vial breaks open, and the green skin begins to sizzle and burn.
Perfect.
And Vester was a Goliath, right? Is that what we said?
Vester. I did not write down his races. I just know where he works.
Come on. Session 3.
He was either a Goliath or a really big human.
Yeah, I've got all right, well, he's Goliath now. But he kind of takes in a moment, and you watch as his skin ripples, again. His eyes kind of like he stops stalking towards you, and his eyes kind of trail the the flask of the alchemist flask that you chucked at him. And you can see that there's a mind working as he's trying to do something. And, with your insight roll, you've got mindset that he's definitely not there. But the voice kind of comes out in echo, as if there's like two voices speaking. You could join us.
Huh. What'll we be doing if I join you?
We must grow our numbers.
How exactly are you going to do that?
He stops for a moment, and you see, like, dawning realization, come on. Need more flesh.
God damn it! They're plant zombies now. Well, Lester,
We could still drink together.
do you guys drink?
Yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like you're all there the same way you were before. I poked around in your heads, and there's a lot of voices in it. No, actually, it's the opposite. It's just one voice.
You have lots of voices.
Yeah, but one voice is creepy. Especially when it's amongst all of you. How many of these things have we seen?
I mean, like, you can hear that there are, various groups, moving in, moving away from this particular area. But you've seen at least like 3 groups of 3, all moving in different directions. Vester seemed to be leading this one.
The city's not going to allow this. The mages are going to burn you guys to ashes.
We get numbers. We dig deep.
Yeah, I don't think we can have that, Vester. Hey.
So he holds up his hand, and you watch as the skin ripples, and inside his overly large hand, the flesh peels open, and a fungal blob works its way out. He gestures or holds it up in your direction, and you can see this like black and purple with like green spots as he kind of like flexes and move within his hands. Join us.
So like Buzz's inner dialogue here is he finds that he's got this symbiosis with his symbiotes, so they all are there living together, and it's a bunch of voices, which for whatever reason just makes perfect sense to him. But they're the opposite of that. They're just one voice spread amongst many minds. So like I find this terrifying, and I am going
with the new symbiotes that you have over the last 36 hours. You don't have complete homeostasis. Your others that you've come across, they're just fine, but the new ones are still trying to like learn their place. I haven't really dived too deep into them just yet, but the 3 new ones are still trying to carve out their section and figure all of that out within you.
Yeah, but even still, that like to him totally makes sense, and it's like even if we're not in homeostasis yet, but he finds what they've got going abhorrent.
Sure.
And I don't know if you want to drop initiative or if it's just his turn or whatever, because I'm going to burn with fire.
All right, we'll roll initiative because he was talking. So
all right,
I got 12.
21.
All right, what are you doing?
I am going to hit him with fireball.
All right. Are you looking to attack him or the thing in his hand currently?
You know, I'll go after the thing in his hand.
All right.
That's a 17.
That's
So the thing in his hand, is it part of him or is it separate?
it's a separate creature at the moment.
Okay, so for Hunter's Mark. All right, so seven fire damage.
7 fire. You watch as this thing, in his hand, instantly, it does more than ignite. It literally, becomes ash as soon as the magical blast hits it. It is clear that this thing does not like fire. And it is gone. Vester pulls his hand back. He's got some ash on his hand, but he's not burned. But he definitely has his ire raised. Any bonus action or movement?
Nope, that's all I got.
So he will charge. Does a 14 hit you?
No, I have an AC of 20.
All right, so he comes in and his fist comes reeling at you, and the speed at which this thing moved, it would have definitely hurt, but you managed to kind of pull back just in time. But he is in your face.
All right, so since he's up close and personal, I will use Thorn Whip.
Okay.
And lashing out, that's a 24.
That hits.
For 5 plus. Well, 5's piercing damage and 5 force damage from Hunter's Mark. Oh, and I have an ability that lets me do an extra D8 with spells once a turn, so he can suck on another 8 points of damage.
All right. So you hit him hard. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, it does.
All right. So he takes it. And this guy is made of some pretty stern stuff. Looks like he's beyond working at the forge. This guy has probably done some other things in his life. That's a 23 to hit.
I will use a reaction to cast Silvery Barbs.
Silvery Barb. So he rolls again. And that's going to turn it into a miss. That's a 17.
Nice. And I will give myself advantage.
All right.
All right. And I guess at some point I'm hollering like, hey guys, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, they're doing surgery.
Yeah, that's right. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
All right. Well,
If
This guy's not wearing armor, so.
if he's hollering, I'll say, "Come here if you want to live."
Also, I think Jelena was going to do something separate.
No, she's doing the surgery.
Oh, maybe that's much earlier. You're muted, Jezi.
it's another 18 damage to him.
Okay. He is not looking in top shape. Top shape.
You should just go away, Vester.
Give me a precision check.
Oh. I'm great at those. Rolled a 16, so that's a 15.
So, he, at least, whatever aspect of, whatever aspect of himself is still there, has the sense of sense of survivability or sense of self, whatever. I can't talk. I'm sorry. But he disengages and begins running off in the direction of the others that he was headed in.
I will sadly go back over to the rest of the group and just stand there quietly.
Any of the spores that would probably be getting the way of Buzz, literally making them not swing at him.
Say again?
If any of the spores would be swinging at him because they were hostile, he was hostile towards somebody, I'm making him like, no, you don't hit that one. You walk into surgery.
No, I mean they're just they get breathed in, and Buzz isn't breathing, so. So we've got 3 people on team surgery. So let's do a little bit of a skill challenge here. So if Hannibal and Doris want to jump in on this, they can as well, and just kind of keep things going. You're looking to see who can be saved. And how it can be done. So we've got medicine, insight, persuasion, intimidation, religion, or arcana are your main things. So we're not going to just have it just be medicine.
I mean, I want to be on team saving, but I need answers that I haven't been getting in. Like, I have 10 minutes per 3rd level spell. So I will not be on team save if it means I can't ask questions.
And also when I was talking with Rill, when she asked, do you trust me? She was, when you said yes, she would then just sort of like blow. And when she does, she's racially casting Long Strider on you. So this like minty wind sort of envelops you and your speed is increased by 10 feet.
Sweet.
So hopefully that helps us with getting more people.
All right.
And so you said perception was one?
Medicine, insight, persuasion, intimidation, religion, or arcana.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not to interrupt the role, but like one question, Ted.
Yeah.
Me asking the questions that I need answers to, will that interrupt the actual procedure, or will it?
So the problem is you're trying to ask questions of things that don't have any real sense of self or sense of what it is. Like, a rock just lies there. Even if you talk to the object, it doesn't really know the things you're asking about. All it's got is it wants to expand.
It doesn't know about itself?
It doesn't know. It's essentially overwritten. Just like, if you were to like talk with beasts and talk to an ant who its queen is telling it go get food, it would be go get food, and it would be working just towards that end.
I drop questioning, and I will be on team save.
Okay.
Carlos over here trying to interrogate this world's equivalent of Miss Rona.
Not everything has the ability to be spoken to. I'm sorry.
I think it was very noble, Carlos. That's why I'm giving you grief.
No. Like, so basically what happened like this. I don't know how long it's going to take by foot to get from where we're at now, out of the danger zone. So because of whatever time we have 20 minutes left, essentially.
Are you willing to piggyback with an old lady?
We'll save who we can, but we gotta bug out.
Well, what I'm asking is, are you willing to ride piggyback on an old lady?
Meaning?
I can be very fast if I need to be.
Sure, but the spell only works as good as where I'm at. So if you go so fast, you're leaving everyone in the dust. Everyone else will be unprotected.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm more than happy to bug out faster, but I'm pretty sure there's a handful of folks here that will be kind of disappointed.
Okay. So, Ted, I guess I'm rolling persuasion.
All right.
Okay, dirty 20.
All right. So there's a success. Carlos, what are you using?
I'm assuming we can't use the same check.
You can't use the same check 2 rounds in a row, but you can use the same check as somebody else.
Okay. So it was persuasion, religion, arcane,
Medicine, insight, persuasion, intimidation, religion, or arcana.
Sleight of hand's not possible to cut better, I guess, or no?
I'll allow sleight of hand just at a higher DC.
Okay. I'm gonna try a sleight of hand and pray for God for a good roll because I used my inspiration already. Oh, it was garbage regardless. That person's dead. Roll 2, total of 9 minus
one success, 1 failure. Who wants next? Jezi, Tate, Robin?
I'll go. I got a natural 20 on intimidation.
Woo!
All right. So things are definitely, respecting, what it is that you're doing. Jezi, Robin?
All the years in the arena, medical training's in the bag.
What is still available? Oh, no, go ahead. I'll go last.
Insight, dirty 20.
All right. So, you're identifying which which of these beings can still be saved. So you're kind of like pointing out those that are kind of doing the actual cutting and what have you. You understand that some have been so deteriorated by the symbiotes that they've literally been drained of their life. It's moving. There's still a body that's there, but the biology is done. The mortal creature is, not of this world enough to be saved. What about you, Robin?
What's left?
You can use anything. You just can't use the same thing 2 rounds in a row.
Oh. Well, in that case, I'm going to sleight of hand. Why would I not?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm fighting with my D20. Okay.
Did you win?
22.
Okay.
Sounds like
that definitely beats that DC, and I would count that as a win. All right, so back to Bobby.
Okay, so just yay or nay real quick, Ted. Does my particular cocktail of tool proficiencies help with this at all? I have cook's utensils, darts, poisoner's kit, and thieves' tools.
I would allow you to use poisoner's kit here.
Okay, so I want to try medicine with my poisoner's kit proficiency to try to do better, basically.
Sure.
So that is not good. I'm gonna use my inspiration. That is worse. Oh my gosh.
Geez.
I got a 5 and a nat 1, so the 5 turns into an 8 plus with my proficiency that's 11.
All right, that is not going to do it. No, I'm going to be, cruel and heartless GM for just a moment.
That's valid.
So instead of, whipping up an antitoxin, you actually grab the actual poison that you had on hand, and you watch as like, okay, you're trying to like put this stuff on the symbiote to kind of dissolve it between the two, but you wind up like putting this poison in. The symbiote dies, but so does the host.
Oh, I'm not feeling good about that. She curses. under her breath and then just kind of compartmentalizes it away and continues moving.
All right, how about you, Hannibal?
Well, let's stick to what we're good at. Persuasion.
Well, that's what you used last time.
No, I use sleight of hand.
Oh, okay. My apologies. All right.
Alrighty, I think a 28 will do it.
That's 28. Dear Lord. That definitely does it. You know,
I
as you're
convinced them to be better.
Convinced.
You're fine. You're fine.
All right. How about you, Kane? What do you got?
All right, this one I'm gonna go with persuasion as well.
Okay.
17.
17. That, you know, you're you know, not quite as good as Hannibal, but you're definitely getting the job done. That's another success. How about you, Jezi?
22 medicine, because I didn't use medicine last round, but the round before that still counts, right?
Yep. All right. Robin, last check. It's all on you.
Okay, I'm trying to think what it would be reasonable to use here.
Well, you used sleight of hand last time.
I
You've
did
got
use
medicine,
sleight of hand.
insight. You got medicine,
Ooh, I
insight.
get insight. Insight works.
All right.
What was the DC again?
You tell me your number and I'll tell you whether you succeeded or not.
I hate that.
I love
15.
that a little bit. I love that a little bit, to be honest. Just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit.
But a 15 is successful. The DC was
Okay, that's
13 for
good.
that one. Each thing you were trying to do had different DCs. You know, if you use one of the regular things that I had, it was anywhere from 13 to 15. If you were using something that wasn't one of those, the DC was higher. But you know, over the course of 20 minutes, you guys are able to free those that can be freed and are still lucid enough through all of the process, through the skill set that you guys have. You've got a good 12 to 18 that not only have you extracted from the walls, but have actually like freed of their symbiotes. What do you do with them?
Guys, I know you just got out of surgery and the post-op's gonna be short, but we gotta go. That's all I say.
I think
Maybe-
we direct them behind us.
Yeah, maybe
Jelena's about to do something.
maybe Dolores might say something a little more nicer or whatever, but
So you're looking to just beat feet out of there?
I mean, I
We
want
have
to
a
be.
contagion to take care of.
Yeah, I. Guy, we have 20.
Maybe you should take the people, since you apparently don't want to see this, and go ahead and leave it to us.
We have 20 minutes, assuming I can control these things safely. The last
There's
time I
not gonna
tried
be-
this-
A need for control here in a few minutes.
Unfortunately, I think that's what's going to have to happen. They
Yeah.
just want to spread. They want to create more of them.
We're just prolonging this, so if this isn't something you want to see, or
Oh, I have no problem murdering.
well, it's not murdering, it's
Cleansing.
cleansing.
How long has my speaker plants been going off?
Well, each round of the skill challenge was 10 minutes. So your spell
10
is done.
minutes? 10 minutes? My
You said your spell lasts 10 minutes.
Yes.
Each round of the skill challenge was 10 minutes. Over the course of 20 minutes, you rescued, a dozen and a half people.
The spell should have kept them restrained while we did surgery during the duration of it.
Okay. I don't understand your question.
Forget it. Let's murder these
Am
things.
I missing something?
Forget it. Let's murder these things. Let's just go.
All right. So as you guys are, trying to discuss your next course of action, outside of the rusted chalice, the six of you see 3 swirls of fire appear as 3 figures kind of teleport into Smoke Bend. They appear with red sashes across their chest, and the red sash has the symbol of Riven Soltor on it, and they kind of see that you've rescued a handful of civilians that are here. One of them, she strides straight up to your group. Status.
We're just getting ready to purge the rest. This is all that's salvageable.
So, you want us to burn down the sector?
Go for it. That's what we're doing.
Okay. I thought you were going to try and convince them to not.
Well, no, clarity, though. Is it the entire sector that's infected, or is it just this area?
Well, it is spreading.
Okay,
like,
so hold on.
Out of game.
All right, well, let me at least make a paltry effort to steer this in a better direction. All right, I'm going to be like, okay, so I'm going to quickly draw a little map in the dirt. It's just lines. There is no detail to this, but you can tell where the arterial streets are, and I'm going to point out where it's spreading from, and I'm like, if you go here, here, and here, and you can mitigate the damage. And then I'm going to point out some very fiscally responsible reasons why they should do that instead of just letting it spread. It's going to cost you more money if you don't mitigate instead of burning the entire district down. You can't rebuild anything here because it's been infected. It's going to spread. It might go airborne. You really just don't want to do that.
All right. Give me persuasion, deception, or intimidation to, change the plans.
Cool. I natural 20'd, and I'm not going to tell you which one I rolled.
Well, persuasion or deception, I don't care which, but, is it one of those two, or are you trying to
It is one of
intimidate?
those two.
Okay, all right. So you put together a solid plan. Whether it's a legit plan or not, who knows? So she sends the other two, and you watch as they kind of step through a dimension door to go to the 2 areas, and they begin kind of trying to start a backfire through some of the smaller areas to stop it from being able to spread in that direction, rather than whole cloth burning everything. And you can now begin to smell the burnt flesh on the wind. Begin to see smoke happening in several different areas of this district. What's anybody else doing?
Doris is going to lead the survivors to safety because she takes no pleasure in watching things burn.
Okay.
Yeah, Buzz would also help with the survivors as well. He's not all that interested in it, and also he thinks that Jelena has a plan. and he wants to be far away from that plan.
I'm sure she does, and I'm sure we do.
What about anybody else?
Taking people out.
All right. So, you tell me, as you're navigating through the three of you that are helping people out, or anybody else, I'm gonna, kind of roll this into, some more skill rolls. What skill are you're using to kind of get through, this crazed growth, this crazed, area? So
I would like to use Speak of Plants to make this difficult terrain not difficult terrain.
Well, some things are like, it's not all of it is plant. Are you recasting it again?
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I have two more third level slots. Do I need to make another roll?
No,
like
nope.
If there's any,
you made your presence known.
If there's any sort of like plant thingy majigger getting in our way, I'm telling it specifically to not get out of our way.
Okay. So go ahead and make a persuasion check. To see how persuasive. I know you're awesome at this.
29 work?
29, even better than your last 28. So you guys have no issue from the plants or even the spores, as you kind of are making your way out of ground zero on this, even helping out the struggling survivors that you guys are leading, some of which are probably being carried on stretchers, made from whatever salvage or pieces that you were able to find within.
Yeah.
How about you, Doris? What skill are you using?
I'm going to use a spell. I am going to cast Pass Without Trace. So just in a 30-foot aura, everyone around me has +10 on stealth. And my goal is to lead everyone stealthily so that the people don't know who came from the area that was burned. So there's not like panic of, oh, you were there, you're one of, whatever. Just get everybody.
What I think happens here is, given your affinity with plants, is to this, infestation and what have you, like you surround yourself with enough plant energy that they're not really paying attention to you. So even some of the wandering patrols that are sniffing for not plants, they wind up leaving you guys alone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How about you, Buzz?
I got a 13 perception on a perception check to try and find the best way through.
All right, so you think you spotted a good path. You wind up heading down an alley, and you have to like backpedal and get out of the way as one of the two, for lack of a better word, burners have appeared at the other end of the alley and has started a fire that is now moving in your direction. So you guys have to like all backtrack and go down a different way. But after that, you find a decent path. They're able to continue moving out of Smoke Bend.
Yeah, don't let the high robot find the way in the future.
Anybody else?
I'll wait until everybody else is done, so just let me know.
All right, well, everybody but Kane and yourself have gone, so Kane?
I'm just hanging back by Jelena to make sure nothing interrupts her.
Okay, so what do you got, Jelena?
All right. I'm assuming the three little mages are going around doing the aisles, so I would like to burn the end down using. I'm gonna really mess this name up. Agnazar's Scorcher.
Agnazar's Scorcher.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you can roll damage if you like, but the rusted chalice will be no more as you as you set fire to the building and the things around it. Alas, one more inn burned down in a D&D game.
30 by 5 feet. Just
well, of course, it starts. But, I mean, yeah. It's got alcohol.
Do I need to
it.
up level it? Because I do have level 3 slots. If necessary.
I mean, it'll just burn faster if you used, a higher level spell slot. That's all.
Yeah, we'll do that. We don't want people to suffer. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
So I guess Buzz is just kind of like after he gets like out of the quarantine area with the rest of the survivors, just looking on and just kind of observing and watching to see how these creatures react to whatever the mages do.
So there is definitely popping, sizzling, and burning as the smell of burnt flesh is wafted on the air behind you as you guys make your way out. The first flames start as pinpricks, little blossoms of orange eating through the violet haze. Then the district exhales. In areas, pipes burst one after another, coughing fire and spores into the night. The iron streets glow red beneath the ash-choked sky, and the dome's lattice above flickers like a dying sun, painting the city in shifting hues of brass and blood. Screams fade to coughing, coughing fades to silence. Only the hum of the engine and the soft, wet crackle of burning fungus remains. Through the smoke, the machine trudges methodically, hissing jets of alchemical flame, sending tunnels with molten slag. The smell is unforgettable. You see shapes moving in the firelight, workers helping one another, collapsing where they stood, a child clutching a glowing spore that won't stop singeing, and somewhere in the distance, beyond the reach of the flames, a low voice murmurs from the vents, half lullaby, half promise. Children don't suffer, they only grow. It's been a long, long morning as you make your way away from the inn, finding yourselves and these handful of refugees. All of Smoke Bend isn't gone, but a good portion of it, is now gone, and quite a number of its citizens are no more. What's to make of your friend Vestus? What's to make of these symbiotic creatures that have now started a plague upon the city you guys are at least currently calling home? So we're gonna find that out next time. I know we're ending a little bit early, but you can come on back and join at least a portion of us Friday night. We're gonna have our last session of the season, our last session of the year for the Old Guard. It's a little off track because we had some changes to the schedule that needed to happen for this month. So Carlos, Rob, and I will be back on Friday night, 8 o'clock, for some Old Guard. But beyond that, we'll be back next Tuesday night for the next session of Under the Dome Balaria. So you can always find the people when they're not here on Nerdarchy down in the description below. And until next time,
Stay
nerdy.
Stay nerdy.